Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing my 2022 ColourPop lip guide. I'm going to be breaking down all the formulas that ColourPop currently has to offer. I've been doing this for the past 2 years now, but I think especially in the past year, ColourPop has released so many lip products, so many lip formulas that it kind of can get a little confusing, especially if you're new to the brand. Like, they have so many multiple glosses. What are the difference? I'm going to break it all down for you today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the guide. Alright, so like I mentioned, I have done this type of lip guide to ColourPop for the past 2 years. I'm gonna leave that link down below, and pretty much every single formula that I'm going to mention, I have done a dedicated video on. I've swatched a lot of the range. Some of them I've swatched all of it. So I'm gonna leave any related videos down below. I'm also gonna leave some in the cards as well. So you can always just type my name or Judy's reviews and ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip, Blotted Lip, Luxe Lipstick, whatever it is, there's probably a video. You'll probably see me pop up somewhere. So with that being said, I also do have an affiliate code with ColourPop. It is just my name, Judy, at checkout for 10% off. I do earn a small commission if you do choose to use my code. I truly do appreciate it, and I think you guys just know my love for ColourPop. Even after all these years, I still love the brand. I still use their products all the time. So I just wanted to plug my code in there. With that being said, let's hop into the first category. This is actually probably one of their most recent categories, which is their Fresh Kiss family. So there's 3 different formulas in here, and I would describe this family to be like hybrid formulas, and we'll get into that and why it makes sense. Like, everything is a hybrid within this range. So within the Fresh Kiss line, we have the lip lacquer, the lip cream, and the glossy lip stains. These are all $8 US each, and there are multiple shades in each range. I'm only going to be showing you one shade out of all the many ones they have online. So first up, let's talk about the Fresh Kiss lip lacquer. This is a hybrid of a liquid lipstick and a gloss. So you get that coverage and pigmentation that you usually would get from a liquid lipstick, but it has that shine like a gloss, hence why it's a mixture of these 2 formulas. So if you love a good gloss, but you want a gloss that's a little bit more opaque and you don't mind a formula that's a little bit thicker, I think you would really enjoy the lip lacquer. But I think if you don't like something so heavy and thick on your lips, then maybe this would be a bit too thick for you. But I think if you are just wanting that coverage from a gloss, then I think this is a really good option to have. If you guys have tried the e.l.f. lip lacquer, it's very similar to that, but I would say probably less sticky. And then next up we have the Fresh Kiss lip cream. This is a hybrid of a liquid lipstick and I would say maybe like a lip balm, because again, you get that pigmentation like you would from a liquid lipstick, but you also get that hydration from a lip balm. So I find this to be very, very comfortable on the lips. It is a liquid lipstick for sure, but it doesn't dry down super matte, and it's just very comfortable. It's very like movable, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a really pigmented liquid lipstick formula, but it's not drying and it doesn't emphasize the lines on your lips. It's actually a really, really nice formula from ColourPop. Like, I don't get to use these enough, honestly. Like, a lot of their newer formulas, especially like the Fresh Kiss line, I haven't used as much as like the other older formulas, but I swatched all the formulas today, and yeah, I definitely want to pull out more of the lip creams. I really, really do enjoy this one. It's very comfortable. So if you want that like liquid lipstick vibe, but you don't want it to dry down, you just kind of want that pigment and a little bit of a shine, then this one definitely would be your option. Then we have the Fresh Kiss glossy lip stain, and just like the name suggests, it's a hybrid formula between a gloss and a lip stain. So you get that traditional lip stain where it will stain your lips, but you get that shine like a gloss, and the formula is pretty thin and like almost watery like you would expect from a lip stain, but it has that shine and gloss. And the gloss, honestly, it doesn't last long. I feel like if you're wearing it throughout the day, that will fade, but you are left with a really, really nice stain. Even you can see here me swatching it, I'm rubbing it off after a few minutes, it has already stained my lips a little bit, and I personally prefer that. Obviously some people don't want that from their lip products, so just know it's in the name, it's gonna stain your lips. But I think for me that just makes it even more long wearing, because once my lip product is off my lips, my lips are looking super dull. So if it's gonna stain my lips, I actually love that more. So it really depends on you. And then moving into the next category, which is their Luxe family, and everything in here is $9 USD, so it is pretty much the most expensive line in ColourPop. Starting off, we have their Luxe Velvet Liquid Lipstick, and this is one of my absolute favorite formulas from ColourPop, just in general, not even in the lip category. I wear this formula literally all the time, and if you guys are familiar with me and my favorites, you probably already know my favorite shade. It is Air Kiss. Like, this is such a dreamy shade, and I feel like it would just suit so many skin tones. But not only the shade is really pretty, I think the formula is just super comfortable. So it's more of like a moussey type of liquid lipstick, and it does dry down matte, but it doesn't like set in. It's still gonna transfer a little bit, but it's just so comfortable, and it kind of gives you that blurred effect on your lips, which is something that I really like. Out of all the liquid lipsticks that ColourPop has, the Velvet Blur is my favorite. And then we have the Luxe Glosses. So these are a little bit thicker, and they give more of like a moderate gloss compared to their other glosses, which we are going to touch base on. So if you don't want something too shiny, then maybe give this Luxe Gloss a go. But I do find them to be just a little bit thicker than their other glosses. They do have like the opaque gloss and also glosses that have like little shimmers in there. But overall, it's still really pretty, and I think, you know, if you're not so much into glossy lips, then these would be a good option. And then next up, we have their Luxe Lip Oils, and this is a pretty thin formula. Like, it's not like a traditional really thick goopy lip oil. I feel like it's more on the thinner sheer side, which I feel like is pretty good for daily wear. And also the opacity of each lip oil is pretty sheer, so picking a color won't be too hard because it's kind of gonna look all the same. Like, it's very lightly tinted with the shades, but again, they do have some opaque ones and some that has a bit more of a sheen and more like metallicness to the oil. But these are really comfortable. I don't think they really last that long, and they keep my lips very hydrated. What I typically use with these lip oils, I would apply it in the morning while I'm getting ready, and then that's about it. Like, it's not something I would really take with me to touch up because I have extremely dry lips that this just isn't enough. But it's good just to, you know, get the day going and have a little bit of a tint on my lips. But it's a really nice thin formula, but it's not going to be the most hydrating lip oil out there. And the last product in the Luxe family was actually the first product that came out in this Luxe category, which are their Luxe lipsticks. It's their traditional bullet lipsticks. It's their only traditional bullet lipsticks, and they do have a few different formulas here. So right now on the site, I could only see they have their original cream finish and also their velvet blur finish. So these are extremely smooth and pigmented, just like you would want a bullet lipstick to do. The cream lipsticks definitely have more of like a slide to them when you're applying it, and they do have a bit of a shine there as well. And then for the velvet blur, I really do like the velvet blur finish. I think it looks so pretty. I just love a blurred lip. I love a blurred and blotted lip. So these are really comfortable as well. If you're really into traditional bullet lipsticks, and these are it. Obviously, these will transfer. They don't like sit in place. Even if the velvet blur is a little bit more matte, it is just going to transfer. I feel like I will always have a special place for the Luxe lipstick. Even though I don't really use them as much as I used to, I feel like you can't go wrong with a bullet lipstick. As for the next category, we're gonna take it all the way back to the Ultra line. So we have the Ultra Blotted Lip, the Ultra Matte Lip, and the Ultra Glossy Lip. They no longer have the Ultra Satin Lip from what I could see online, so we'll talk about these products here. So starting off with the Ultra Matte Lip, I feel like a lot of people are familiar with this. I don't think ColourPop was the first brand to come out with the matte liquid lipstick back in, like, I don't know, 2014. Back in those days when liquid lipsticks were really popular, but I think they definitely were one of the first brands, and also the first brands to make really nice nude shades, which I honestly really never liked those shades, but also at a very affordable price. I feel like the Ultra Matte formula, like, it's not bad. Like, I personally don't like matte liquid lipsticks. It's just too drying on me. Again, I have extremely dry lips. These are not that bad. Like, they're okay considering the price. Like, I would just say it is just a little bit dry. It's the driest formula out of everything from ColourPop, I'll put it like that. But is it the most drying liquid lipstick I've ever used? No. But is it the most comfortable? Also no. So it's like somewhere in between there, and I think for the price, if you enjoy that, you like something extremely matte, then this is something definitely for you. But the next formula we'll talk about is the Ultra Blotted Lip. So I actually used to love this back in the day, and me now, I think I just have so many other lip products that I really like that can give me a similar finish. So the Ultra Blotted Lip would be really similar to the Luxe Velvet liquid lipstick, but this one is way more matte, so it is going to be a little bit more drying. Actually, I don't know if it's just mine. I mean, this is probably a really old shade, definitely expired. I just keep it, you know, for my comparisons and everything, but it does feel a little bit drier actually than the Ultra Matte Lip, so it does give you a really nice blotted popsicle velvety look. But they are pretty drying in my opinion. Like the Ultra Matte and the Ultra Blotted, probably the most drying for me personally. And then finally we have the last formula, the Ultra Glossy Lip. So they do have some that are just opaque and just the gloss, and they have some that have shimmers and it's a little bit more metallic leaning. But the Ultra Glossy Lip, for one face, I was only wearing the Ultra Glossy Lips. I absolutely love these, and they used to have a doe foot applicator, but now I think it might have changed just to the brush tip, which some people don't like, but I personally love that. I don't know if you guys notice when I'm applying my lip products, but I do apply the product and then go in with a different lip brush to get more precise. So the fact that it's already a brush tip, that just makes it much easier for me, and maybe I'm the only one that likes the brush tip. Like, I get that it does look a little bit streaky, but you can kind of work that out. Nonetheless, these glosses are really pretty. They have such a good shine to it. I'll rank the glosses at the end for the amount of shine you'll get. I'm actually wearing this shade right now, Imaginarium. I'm wearing that on top of the Just a Tint lip crayon that I'm gonna share. I'm gonna bring this gloss out. I'm like obsessed with red glosses, so it's a classic for me. But to take it even further back, the next category we're gonna be talking about the LIPPIE family. So the LIPPIE pencil and the LIPPIE sticks. These were their first products, and I'm glad they still have it. You know, I think it's a classic, and I think it really put ColourPop on the map. So with the LIPPIE pencil, you guys know me, I don't wear lip liner at all, but if I was to wear a lip pencil, I definitely would go for the ColourPop ones. They are really affordable, and they are so smooth. They don't tug in your lips, but they are also really pigmented, and they have a lot of classic shades. I feel like the most hyped up lip product from ColourPop would be the LIPPIE pencils. So the original BFF that you're seeing me swatch now, and then just like BFF 2, I think it's a 3 and a 4. I did a whole swatch video on all the LIPPIE pencils I have in my collection, which is about, I think it was like 19 LIPPIE pencils. So again, I'll leave in the cards and down below as well, since I swatched a lot. I swatched a lot today too. I really like to put my lips into work. And then of course we have the LIPPIE sticks. These are just a classic. So these are very creamy. They are pretty thick in my opinion. I feel like they are much thicker than the Luxe lipsticks. So if you found the LIPPIE sticks to be too thick, like you tried them back in the day, you're like, you know what, this is just way too much on my lips, maybe give the Luxe lipsticks a go. But with the LIPPIE pencils, they do have more finishes. I don't know if all of these finishes are available, but this is the finishes that I have. And also I did do a whole video. I think I swatched about like 49 LIPPIE pencils. Want to show some love to that video? I'll leave it up here. So they have the cream finish, which is I think the classic, like the original OG formula. This one is very creamy, as you can see, very pigmented. And then we have the matte finish. The matte is not exactly like completely matte. I would say it's almost like a matte satin type of finish, but here we are, very pretty. But then we have the matte X. This one is way more like matte. They still will transfer because it is like a lip crayon, sort of like a bullet lipstick, but this one is definitely a lot matte. I think you can see the finish here. It looks very different. And then they also had a satin finish, which I feel like is quite similar to the cream, but just a little bit more thicker and slidey, buttery. And then moving into this last section, this last category, all of these products don't really belong to a family, you know? They're kind of like on its own. So we'll just go through them one by one, starting off with their glowing lip. This formula and the Velvet and the Luxe Velvet Liquid Lipstick, probably those two are my absolute favorite. These are the two formulas I personally use the most from everything from ColourPop, but especially these days I've been wearing their glowing lip all the time. It's such a beautiful formula. So this one is also like a hybrid formula in my description. I would say it's like a bullet lipstick where you get that pigment. It's gonna cover up your entire natural lip color, but it's very, very hydrating, like a lip balm. So it's like a bullet lipstick mixed with a lip balm, super hydrating, very comfortable, beautiful shine. And this color here, Let's Jet, is one of my absolute favorites. And then there's actually a formula that I don't own from ColourPop. It's actually their blotted lip, and it's in the same packaging as their glowing lip, but they did release a blotted lip in the similar packaging with their Alexis Ren collection back in, like, I think it might have been 2014. It was a really long time ago, and I really do remember liking it back then, but I have not tried that. I completely forgot about it. Like, I remembered that I wanted to get it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get in PR. I didn't get in PR, so I'm like, okay, my next ColourPop order, I will order a few blotted lip, but I'm sure it's beautiful. If you guys have tried it, leave a little review in the comments and I'll pin one, and you know, we can help everybody out. So that's the only formula that I don't have from ColourPop. But moving along into the last two glosses. So we first have the So Glassy lip gloss. This is pretty new. They have one, again, more opaque, one with glitters in there. This one, okay, I feel like I personally slept on. Like, I've had these in my collection for a little while now, and like I said, I've been swatching everything today on my lips, but this So Glassy gloss, I don't know how to describe it, but something about it, it's giving Douyin girl makeup. Like, the gloss on it, the glassiness, I don't know what about it. I really, really love this. So I'm gonna be leaving these two on my vanity table, and I'm gonna start using them more. But then the last gloss, saving the most juiciest gloss for last, this is the So Juicy lip gloss. This is a plumping gloss, so it is going to tingle a little bit on your lip, but it's not too intense. It's nothing like the Too Faced injection glosses. Like, it's just a little tingle. It's actually really cooling. I actually quite liked it on my lips, and it does have like a minty scent with that as well. This packaging is not my favorite. It's not my go-to way of applying gloss, but the shine you will get from the So Juicy gloss is insane. Like, there's a reason why it's called So Juicy, okay? It's very, very luscious. If you want that, this is the gloss for you. So this gloss, I would say, is the most glossiness, and then I would probably say the So Glassy, and then probably the Ultra Glossy lip, and then the Luxe Glossy lip. But then finally onto the last lip product from ColourPop. This is the Just a Tint lip crayon. I absolutely love this as well. So scratch that, okay? The Just a Tint, the glowing lip, and the Luxe Velvet Blur, my top three. My top three picks, and actually maybe the So Glassy glosses, I just need to use them a bit more. You guys know I ride or die with the Just a Tint. So I would say that the glowing lip and the Just a Tint are very similar, but the Just a Tint is a little bit more sheer. It's thinner than the glowing lip. So the glowing lip has more vibes of a lippy stick where it's a little bit thicker and more creamy. This one's a little bit more thinner and more sheer, but it's still quite pigmented, honestly. Like, it will cover up your natural lip color, but it's still somewhat like just a tint, you know, just a tint. Just a tinted lip crown. It's really, really pretty. But with that being said, guys, that is pretty much all of the ColourPop lip products that they currently have to offer. Hopefully this guide and breakdown was able to help you out in deciding which formula is for you, because I know it's a lot. I'm sorry if some categories I couldn't really explain myself well enough, because they do intertwine a little bit, but I think overall everything does have somewhat of a difference, whether it's the applicator, you know, the shades, the formulas, everything like that. And again, I do have dedicated videos to a lot of these, so if you want more info, you can go back to my other guides, you can go back to my dedicated reviews. But hopefully this was nice enough and condensed enough to help you guide through ColourPop lip product. That being said, if you guys did enjoy today's video, if you could give it a thumbs up for me, I would really appreciate it. It really does help me and my channel out a lot as well. But with that being said, guys, that does conclude today's video. Thank you so much for watching as always. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!